Hi everyone, so today will be the final of my long speed paints of these fairy speed paints, but I will be doing two like mini quick videos without voiceovers, just music that are extra sped up for the remaining two pieces, because I think they're just not quite as visually interesting. A lot of the stuff was added digitally, so the speed paint doesn't have that much content. So this piece is inspired by a Foxglove fairy, and the social context of this one is that the speckles on the inside of Foxglove are said to be fairies' handprints. So at the moment I'm just colouring in the background. The background is like a cottage wall, so I'm doing the outside of like the cobbly bricks that are in it, and then I'll go in with the middle colour and blend it all together then. But first I'm just doing the outside. It's just how I like to work. There was no way that going around the outside with the shadow colour I'd be able to work with the middle colour while the outside was still wet, so I decided I might as well do it step by step, seeing as there's going to be no difference in my ability to blend it. As you can see, I went out the lines a little bit, so I'm just using my colourless blender to push that ink back to where it's meant to be. And now I'm going in with the middle colour. So as you can see, I go around the outside first. I do cover the entire stone. I don't concentrate too much ink on top of the area I've already put ink on, but I do start from the outside, so that really encourages the blending. And I don't put much ink on the middle, and that creates a natural highlight, so I don't even have to use three colours like I often would. Instead, just the thinness of the ink there is the highlight. You can see I didn't do the shading too neatly, and that's because I didn't want them to look too uniform or too perfectly smoothly round, because realistically that's not what they would look like. And as before, I inked this digitally and then printed it out. So now I'm just colouring in the colour of the cementy area, the area that's holding all the bricks together. I'm just using quite a neutral kind of browny grey. I could add more detail, add little stones and stuff into the cement, but I think that would just distract from the actual focus of the picture. I don't really think it's necessary, so I didn't do it. So now I'm going in and colouring the actual flower. I have a couple of reference images, including the seed packet. I haven't explained in this video yet, but if you've seen the last videos you'd know. These are designs that I've put on the front of cards. The back sheet of paper is handmade recycled seed paper that I've made myself. So this picture will go on the front of a card that contains Foxglove seeds. So I'm using the seed packet for reference, and I've got a couple of copyright-free images up on my phone. So my pen started running out of ink, and that was really annoying. I was originally going to use that pen on the inside of the Foxglove, but I had to kind of change my colour scheme because of the deadlines for my work. I knew I couldn't wait for a refill to come for me to finish this, so I just slightly changed what I was going to use. I mean, it's okay, I've got about 90 markers, so I've got plenty of pinks. It's not the end of the world. It's just my colour scheme had to slightly change. I did find this bit quite difficult, where it's not smooth shading, and it's kind of like veined. It's hard to control with alcohol markers. So now here I'm just doing the speckles on the inside of the Foxglove, so as you can see I've put them under her hands to make sure it is fairies' handprints, and then I've just kind of dotted some random ones about. Now I'm going around the outsides of them with a really pale pink colour. Not too thick, but the thickness doesn't vary depending on the size of the spot. The smaller spots have the same thickness of this colour as the bigger ones. I do this first instead of the background colour first, because then it means I know where not to go with the background colour, because obviously these little light pink bits are then joining up the dots and creating areas that I can't go in the background colour with, that it's kind of hard to think about when you're colouring, so it's easier to do this first. And then I'm just going back over my original spots, because the pink slightly bleached the edges of the colours, so I'm just making it nice and uniform. So now I'm going around the areas with another light pink colour, but this time it's a bit more pinky. I don't know how to describe it. What's the word? More violet. That's it. So it's slightly more violet, and then I'm filling in with an even darker colour, just filling in the background. I don't really need to blend these colours, because if you look at a foxglove, these colours are quite distinguishable from each other. There isn't really any blending naturally within the flower. Now I'm just going over the second coat for this, just to make it less splotchy, nice even flat coat of colour. Now I'm colouring in her shirt. I did a nice yellow colour because I thought it added some nice brightness to the character, which obviously is good because it attracts your eye to it, but I think it also complements the splotches on the inside of the flower quite well. Obviously they're opposite colours. And then I'm colouring the leaves on her skirt. These are inspired by foxglove leaves, but obviously scaled down an awful lot, because if it was an actual foxglove leaf size, it'd be bigger than her, so it wouldn't really work. And then now I'm just colouring in her skin. The top part of her top is quite sheer, so I did her skin first, and then you see I go over it later on with coloured pencils. To match the leaves, I did her eyes the same colour. And now I'm colouring in the top part of her top, you can see, just so it looks transparent. Then I colour in her wings with a white pencil to show that they're not completely see-through, they have a bit of a colour to them. And then to replicate the foxglove-ness within her wings, I add the little speckles you see inside foxgloves onto her wings as an extra pattern. So there's the finished piece. I really like this one, I think it's really quite effective. So thank you for watching. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, please subscribe.